Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Sarah, and here's her story. Hi, Ali. I've thought long and hard about where to begin my story. I'm 31 years old, and it has taken me 30 years to realize there was a problem. It wasn't until very, very recently I became aware of the abuse I had underwent my entire life by my parents, mostly my mother. So I have decided I will begin my story from the moment I realized there was a problem, which is good because you got to get back to that moment you were broken. July 2015, I filed for divorce. Soon after, I went to my mother's house and broke the news that my ex-husband and I are getting divorced, that she took his side. We had only been married for 2 years. When I told her about the divorce, she gave me this look and said to me, "Well, great, what did you go into now?" I don't mean to laugh, but I see these things coming. And you have 4 kids. Do you really think anyone else is going to want you while having 4 kids? Wow. That just tells you everything you need to know about your mother, because that is exactly the type of response my grandmother would have given. Okay? Your mother your mother is one of these women who places value in her vagina, and that's all she is worth. And now you're just damaged goods. And with that vagina, she gets a man, and with that man, she gets money and stability and all that shit. That is what your mother has trained you to be. So you have 4 kids, you're getting a divorce. Now you're just useless. You're worthless. I just looked at her really shocked, why were you really shocked? Were you really shocked? Did this response really shock you? Or are you really shocked that that's exactly what you expected? Although I should have not have been surprised by this comment. December rolls around, the divorce isn't finalized yet, mostly because my ex had already moved out of the house, so I didn't feel there was much rush on the divorce. My ex-husband came over to the house to pick up our child for the night and then explained to me that he was invited by my mother to join us for a family Christmas gathering. The narcissists are going to take the side of your ex during a divorce. It's just what's going to happen. They're going to have them at family functions. They're going to invite them over for dinner. They're going to be involved in their lives. And it's all part of a gaslight of you to let you know where your status is in this family. It is the perfect opportunity for the narcissist to get control over you, to let you know that you are meaningless, that somebody you're divorcing from the family is more important than you are. Needless to say, I was pissed. I went right over to my mother's house to confront her, asking her, why did she invite my ex? Oh, I bet it's because he's family and you might be divorcing him, but he doesn't divorce the family. I've heard these things a million times. She gave me sort of this look as if she was enjoying the hurt she caused me, and then called Lee, stated that he is the father of her granddaughter and she doesn't have a problem with him. Then she started questioning me on why I haven't gone to the courthouse to schedule a date for the divorce to be finalized. Then started yelling, "Are you going to be married, Sarah, or are you not? Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one are you going to decide?" I was hurt and angry that she so quickly changed the subject and started attacking me. I told her I was definitely getting a divorce, and it appears as if I'm going to have to divorce her as well, as she has closely chosen which side she was on. When Christmas came around, I did not go to the dinner. She proceeded to text me telling me that there's no reason I should not be there and that I was neglecting my own children for not involving myself. So the guilt trip set in and I decided to go. It was the most intensely awkward moment I can remember. Well, here's my question, Sarah, in all this. Why the fuck is your ex-husband going? So if there is any question in your mind about whether or not you should be divorcing this fucking dude, the fact that he would even show up and be there is so telling. Just like my ex-wife sitting on her fat ass, breaking bread at the Christmas table with my family. Because the family doesn't divorce. It's bullshit. The narcissist only has family values in regards to demean you. That's the only time family means anything, if it's a way to shove it in your face. Fast forward to July 2016. I am now dating somebody new. I thought nobody would want a woman with 4 kids. I had to stop by my parents' house with him, but they were not home. I only needed to use their computer to print something offline. So I was in their office, which is used to run my dad's business, when I noticed the file sticking out with my ex-husband's address on it. I pulled the file out only to realize my parents bought my ex-husband this house at the same time he had moved out in the midst of our divorce. I will get into all the other details on that some other time. I just want to expose who they really are. Kind of like how my father paid for my ex-wife's divorce, 3 divorce attorneys, because she fired the first 2 because they wouldn't go along with them, and how many whatever else he pays for, unnecessarily, mind you. We come from the same family here, Sarah. These people are manipulative, they're evil, and I'm going to tell you, they hate you. Your mother hates you. She only gives a shit about family if she can use it as a club on you. That's it. Family is meaningless to these people. Everything is meaningless to these people. The only thing that means anything to them is what benefits them. Above that, they will fuck anybody over. Back to the present. This past October 2016, both of my parents came over to confront me on why I have been so distant from them. They were looking for the fight here. They knew exactly why you've been distant. This is no secret. They wanted you to say it because they came over there with a planned agenda, with a battle plan on how to take you down. This is a setup. The new boyfriend happened to be at my house at the same time that they had shown up and had to witness a major blowout between my father and mother and I. It was so humiliating. I had bottled up anger and feelings and emotions I couldn't even understand or explain at the time, that when they came over to confront me, I was all over the place, just trying to get it all out. That's when they started with the, oh, we've done this for you, we've done that for you, throwing it in my face. Of course, Sarah, this is all a game plan. They know how you're going to react. We don't react well with them, especially when we're blindsided. This was all an elaborate setup with a game plan. I can get into more details with that argument another time as well, but ever since October 2016, I haven't had much contact with my mother at all. I even wrote her a letter telling her that as so long as my ex was around, myself or my children would not be joining any family festivities, as he happened to be at all of them. What, does he not have a family of his own? See, I would love to know what happened with you and him, because I guarantee you he's just a giant manipulative pussy boy. Next thing I know, my sister, which is a whole nother story in itself, had sent me a text telling me what a piece of shit I was and how dare I take my children away from their grandparents. And one day my children will realize what a piece of shit I am and change what a piece of shit I am. I changed my phone number. I'm certain my mother gave it to her simply to send me that text. Of course she did. That's what they do. They send out their armies of flying monkeys. I confronted my mother about my sister texting me. She pretended she had no clue how my sister knew about this letter, only to later state how she left the letter on her counter. My sister walked into her home and picked up the letter, reading it. I don't buy that bullshit. Of course not. It's always a coincidence. It's always something out of their control or coincidence, and I don't know this. The whole thing is a manipulation. The whole thing is a battle plan. They come at you with a battle plan. Since then, I am not giving my mother my new phone number. However, I do live in a house that she owns. She sporadically does show up. The most recent was 2 weekends ago. She showed up demanding I allow her to take my kids to my nephew's birthday party. I told her no. I saw a look in her face that told me I would pay for telling her no. I literally am now. I received a letter just last week telling me that since I have allowed my eldest daughter's father to be involved in their lives, that my rent it was increased by $150. I called dad and told him as soon as I move out, they can forget. I called my dad and told him as soon as I move out, they can forget they have a daughter. No, 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 Sarah. No. Your living expenses just went up, sweetie. Is the dude paying child support? That affects his child support. So you need to make it clear to your little ex-pussy boy, okay, if my living expenses go up, that affects your child support, motherfucker. You're not powerless here. Okay, landlord, and I would tell mommy and daddy, whatever you charge me is he's going to pay. In a house you're paying to buy his house anyway, so you're just going to pay more. You want to raise it? Raise it $500 because I'm not paying it. I'm just going to go to family court and have the order adjusted because you raised my living expenses. And the fact that this bitch was dumb enough to put it in a letter. You understand? In a letter. They ain't got a leg to stand on. You win in family court. You have custody. Your landlord just raised your rent $150, put it in writing. You have primary custody. Guess whose child support gets affected by that? And if you got to move out because of it, whatever increased expenses you have, increased rent, he has to pay for. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. And as a man, and you all know how I feel about family court, child support and all that, but this girl's living with my parents. So sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. They don't just get to arbitrarily raise your rent. Well, they can. But you're divorced. I'm sure you have a custody arrangement. I'm sure there's child support. That affects your living expenses. That affects his child support. And obviously, they're funding him partially. So really, they're only going to fuck themselves and him. I would tell him, raise it $1,000. I'm just going to walk in the family court and have the child support amended. Dummy. The reason I have not moved out yet is on court order to stay in the county I'm currently in due to child custody and have not been granted permission from the judge to move. In order to move, I was wanting to wait until the school year was over for my kids and not disrupt them in the middle of school. But my plan is to move by July. Anyways, thank you for reading my letter. I just wanted to kind of start off and get my story out there. If you have any advice at all, I'm open to it. Sarah. I just gave you my advice, Sarah. You take that raising of your rent into family court. And I would even write a letter back to your mother saying, since I received your letter for $150 worth of rent increase, this is going to affect child custody, my living expenses, which is going to directly affect child support. And he's going to have to pay more of it. That's my response to you. After that, and you get approved to move, he's going to be responsible for a lot of that. And in so much, them. But you will see them probably cut him off at that point. Once he becomes a liability, it'd be bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. And once you're able to get out of that house, Sarah, you need to be no contact from these people. Forever. Not low contact, not holidays, not your kids. Your kids should be nowhere near them, or your sister. Okay, your ex-husband has rights. He should absolutely be able to continue seeing them. I don't know how, if he has visitation and he takes them, how you avoid him bringing them to see your parents. That's a matter for family court. This $150, that's his responsibility, not yours, Sarah. Not yours. The narcissist only cares about family when they can use it as a weapon against you. Period. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and your story. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a private Skype chat or a private phone call, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. I'll have a video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.